A former Indianapolis pastor whose pregnant wife was murdered 9 years ago has now written a book. It details the crime and trial that gripped our city. For the first time since writing that book, Davey Blackburn is now sitting down to talk about the perpetrators and his journey from bitterness and anger to forgiveness.
Don't drop any of those.
These days, you may find Davey Blackburn raising chickens with his kids or baking a cake with his wife of 7 years, Christy. The Indianapolis native who planted and pastored Resonate Church became a household name in 2015 when his pregnant wife Amanda died after a violent home invasion. 3 men are now behind bars for that crime. All of it is documented in Davey Blackburn's new book.
Yeah, nothing is wasted is the idea that God doesn't waste our pain. God's not to blame for our pain, but He has a plan for our pain. And that plan is to take everything that we've gone through and to leverage it for our good and for the good of other people.
Readers will learn how Davey met, fell in love, and married Amanda. The couple became parents to Weston and were expecting a second child. The book's cover is in honor of Amanda's hobby of restoring old furniture and how she applied that same attitude toward people.
That there was nobody who was beyond the grace of God. There was nobody who had made so many mistakes that they could not experience restoration.
That same faith helped Davey get rid of his anger, rage, and bitterness that he felt toward the perpetrators.
Instead of fighting bitterness with bitterness, it's to fight bitterness with forgiveness.
Have you forgiven these men?
I have. I have. And that is a decision I have to make every single day. You never feel like forgiving. But when you choose to walk in forgiveness, when you wake up every day and say, I am no longer going to hold this on myself. I'm not going to hold them accountable personally for what they've done to me. You walk in freedom.
2 years after losing Amanda, Davey found love again.
I promise to provide for you even if we lose everything we possess here on earth.
He married Christy, a single mom. Davey said he knew God was bringing them together when he learned that Christy's stepfather was a jail chaplain.
And he had been assigned to the 3 men that killed Amanda, that he had had conversations with them. And so immediately when I found that out, I just knew God was in it.
The title of his new book is now Davey's Purpose in Life.
As they read it, I don't want them to go, wow, Davey's an incredible guy. Look how he mustered his way through this whole thing. I want them to go, wow, God's an incredible God. And if God can get Davey through this, He can get me through whatever I'm going through too.
Man, it's extremely important to step back, take some time, and just listen to God.
Davey's podcast is part of his purpose.
We have a ministry called Nothing is Wasted. And what we do is we help people in trauma, tragedy, major life transition, and we help them find purpose in their pain. And it's a beautiful thing to see how God is using all of what we've walked through and what we've learned to help other people through their own journeys.
As Davey Blackburn enjoys this season of life with his young family, his faith in God remains strong.
The God that I believed in before all of this, the God that carried me through other things that happened in my life, is the same God. He's been faithful through all of this.